One word I would use to describe Keith Ailes would be a leader. You know, he's the guy that everyone looks up to, and you know, all the younger guys and older guys are always looking up to him, and he sets that example of what a ball player on and off the field should be.
That's how Lane Biggs describes the play of his teammate Keith Ailes. But what you may not know about the Beavers' first baseman is that it's not only the love of the game that drives him on the field. Ailes had to battle one of the toughest things any young man will ever have to deal with growing up.
Well, I had a little bit different childhood than most. It was really hard. My mom was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis when I was about, say, 7 years old. And then when I was about 13, my dad was also diagnosed with not such a serious form of the disease. So having that kind of in the back of my mind, you know, it was kind of like, it was motivation for me. I mean, seeing my mom and my dad struggle so much physically growing up, and basically with my mom having to kind of help her live her life, and you know, I had to do everyday things for her and help her out, and she was stuck into a wheelchair.
Multiple sclerosis, better known as MS, is a disease that affects the central nervous system and can result in paralysis. The disease not only affected Ailes' mother, but his father was also diagnosed with a non-progressive form of the disease in 2006. Ailes worked his way from Bozeman Legion Ball all the way to being named team captain for the Beavers in their upcoming season, noting that his mom has been with him every step of the way.
And once that hit, it was super hard. She couldn't get out to many of my games, and it kind of was that motivation to play really well, and I wanted to play well. So, you know, after the game, I could give my mom a call, and she'd be the first one I'd talk to, and it'd be like, hey mom, you know, had a good game, you know, I basically just play for her. And then 2009, she ended up passing away from the disease. And that was extremely hard. I mean, the day I said goodbye to her, I went and played a doubleheader that morning, and so that was super hard. But you know, the way I look at it is I took that as motivation. So like once I said goodbye to her that day, I went out and played that doubleheader just kind of with a chip on my shoulder. It was like, you know, she's in a better place. I know she's watching down on me, and she still is to this day. And that day ended up having 2 hits, a double, and that was the day I started pointing to the sky after every hit.
Ailes and the Minot State baseball team have helped stand up against MS. They participated in a walkathon in memory of his mother earlier in the semester to help raise money for research.
I think Keith has done a lot. He obviously doesn't do everything for himself. With him losing his mom, he's done a lot for her, even though she's still not here. He actually organized the team to go for a walk for MS, and I think it was probably one of the cooler things I've done as well. I mean, it doesn't touch me as much as it touches him, but it's pretty cool that he still does that, supports, and it's not only for his family, but the other people out there with MS as well.
So whether it's between the baselines or raising money for a good cause, Keith Ailes knows he will always have someone smiling down on him. For KMSU Channel 19, I'm Nolan Axton.